Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be kind of a chatty get ready. I'm going to be trying out some of the makeup that I got in my Boxycharm, and I have not tried this a whole lot. This is the only thing that I dabbled with just a tiny bit, and it was really just to see if it would work as a highlighter on my skin tone, and I didn't have any makeup on. I just put a tiny bit right here last night just to kind of gauge the color. That was it. The rest of this stuff I have not tried. I'm going to try it on camera for the first time. This is the first time I'm doing a video kind of like this, so please leave me a comment down below what you guys think. Hopefully the lighting's not too bad. I kind of have my overhead lighting on right here. Hopefully it's not washing me out. I have some natural light, so hopefully the lighting situation isn't horrible, but yeah, we're gonna get into it. I have the camera right here. I'm gonna put my mirror. My mirror is gonna be right here in front of me. I have to get kind of close to it, so if I'm not looking at the camera, I can put it right here. But I have to be kind of close to it because I just took my glasses off and I'm kind of blind. So I kind of have my hair up. I'm gonna put this on just to make sure there's nothing in my face. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. My daughter is taking a nap, so hopefully she sleeps. The first thing I'm going to put on, this is an advanced moisture renewal treatment cream. I got this off of Poshmark. This is their old packaging, so I don't know. I didn't look at the box very closely because I kind of didn't want to know how expired it was. I'm assuming it is expired just because it is the old packaging. I got it super discounted, which you can use products after the expiration date. You just need to be careful. It doesn't smell weird. Typically with Mary Kay, when they start to go, there's an odor. And it doesn't have that, so I'm going to use it. Till then, my skin's been so dehydrated. This is a product I've never used before. The lady I got it from is a consultant or has been a consultant and said, like, you can use this in conjunction with moisturizer, in place of moisturizer. You can use it AM or PM. It just says to put it on, apply to skin for added hydration, and this is the normal to dry skin one. Use both morning and evening. So I put some on last night, and then I put my Juice Beauty moisturizer, which is kind of thick on top of it, and my skin felt fine. It's a little bit tacky. It's not bad. So this is like the second or third time I've tried it, but yeah, you can buy stuff that's expired. Like I said, I got it on Poshmark. I paid like $12 for this, which I think this is like a $30 bottle of cream normally. But just be mindful that if you are buying expired products, they are expired. So for moisturizer, I'm gonna use the oil-free. This is for Combination Skin by Neutrogena, and because I'm going to be testing out the Cover Effect drops. Now I'm going to be putting this in. It says you can put it in moisturizer before you put on foundation, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to squeeze some of this on the back of my hand. That's probably enough. I got about that. I need to get some new moisturizer. I want to get a Mary Kay moisturizer. I really like their moisturizer. It's just, so expensive. So I may look on Poshmark again and get something. So this is the dropper. This stuff is super glittery, so I am just going to put like 2 little bitty dots in there. So that's it. I mean, I understand like these are $44, but I could see this lasting forever. Like this would probably expire and go bad before you would use it all, unless you're using it every day. Because I just put 2 itty bitty little drops. I think I'm right on the cusp, so there's that. It just basically look, and this is super glittery. I could see this under foundation, but I honestly don't know how this would work as a highlighter. I put it on my face, like I said, last night just to kind of see the color, because I was worried, in the bottle it looks super gold, and I'm super hair, obviously, so I was worried about it being too dark if I tried to use it as a highlighter. So I dabbed just a tiny bit to kind of gauge the color, and I think I'm right on the edge. Like, it didn't look too dark for me, thankfully. So if you're my skin tone or darker, you'll be fine. If you're lighter than me, then if you got these, you may not be able to use them as a highlighter, but like this is, let me turn this off. I don't know if this is gonna be better or not. I don't know. I may need to turn the light back on. I'm trying to see. Yeah, because it's trying to figure out the lighting situation. I don't know if you can see, like and I don't have my glass on. It's super glittery. So I have it all over my skin. Normally, like during the day, I just keep this light off but it is straight up glitter. Like, it looks like Tinkerbell kind of threw all of them. And then my hand, you can see that, like, look at that. So I will be washing my hands later. So there's that. You definitely want to put foundation on, but it just looks like straight up glitter. So we'll see. For foundation, I'm going to use, and I'm going to go actually I forgot to get my sponge. So I'm going to go get my sponge wet and I'll be right back. Okay. So I went, and this is just damp beauty blender. I'm going to use foundation that I know I like. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. This is stuff I use every day. It's thick, kind of thick. It doesn't feel thick on the face, but like you can see, it's kind of like settling down there. It's not really shaking up. So I'm going to pump some of this out, and then I just kind of dot it on, even when I use a sponge now. And when I use a brush, I do the same thing. I just dab it on. And I washed my hands while I was in there also. And you can see I got all the glitter off. I was worried about forgetting to do that. And then picking up my daughter and then having glitter all over her. I'm not really going anywhere today. I'm gonna go have dinner at my parents' house is all, so I figured this would be a good day to test it because I don't really have anywhere that I have to be. Like I said, by itself, like, I don't think it's something that you could use just with moisturizer and go, because I did have a liquid highlight. I forget what the company was called. I got it in Boxycharm, but that was one that you could just mix in with moisturizer and just put it on, or put it in like a BB cream, and it just gave you like a healthy glow. So you could wear it without foundation on top of it, and it looked fine. This stuff looks like straight up glitter. So I would not recommend just putting it in the moisturizer and and going, because you're just going to look like you've smeared glitter all over your face. So it's not as versatile as that. I got rid of that one just because I wasn't using it. The only other liquid highlight I own is by Tarte. This one isn't glittery. It's like a pearlized finish. So you definitely could probably do that with this, where you just put it in with some moisturizer, some BB cream, and then rubbed it all over. And it's just going to give you that healthy glow. I can show you what I'm talking about. So here's where it's a nice sheen, but it's not straight up glitter. So this is something that you could do. If that's what you're looking for, you just kind of want a healthy glow, you don't feel like wearing foundation, you could definitely do it with something like this, where it's more of a pearlized finish and not straight up glitter. Okay, so there's that. I can still, I don't know if it's showing up on camera. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on because I can see my face, but I can't see my face. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I can see it in the mirror where there's glitter. So I may be taking this off before I go to my mom's. Like I can still see glitter. Like it just looks like there's glitter all over my face. I wouldn't say that it's making me look dewy. It's just making it look like, and then because I took the foundation down, like there's glitter. I can see glitter all the way down my neck. There's just little sparkles. So yeah, these are, like it does say glitter drops. That's exactly what these are. And even like I said, as a highlight, I don't know how it's just going to look like glitter because people complain. In here, I know I kept it. This Artist Couture, people complained about this highlighter looking like straight up glitter because it is a very glittery highlight. But I feel like if you didn't like this, you're not gonna like these because once this dries down, it's just gonna look like straight up glitter on your cheeks. That up right. So, like I said, I don't know. I can't tell if it's showing up on camera or not. Even that's probably not going to show me. I'm going to have to leave this light on. So, but I can see it in the mirror, especially like there's just, you can kind of see it, right? It just looks like glitter. So I don't know that I like that. And I don't mind glitter. I'm not somebody that's opposed to glitter, but I don't think that this is going to give that dewy illusion. It's just like this would, because you can see how that sheen mixed in with some moisturizer or BB cream, all over the skin is just going to give you a glow. This is just, like I said, like Tinkerbell sneezed pixie dust all over my face. That's what I feel like. So, I don't know. And then I'm going to try a combination on camera. I got this Pixie by Petra, this Correcting Concentrate Brightening Peach Cream. I've seen a couple of times over the years people have recommended this because my circle, like I've complained about this, my under eye circles are bad and I have not been able to find anything that covers them up. There's a couple people I watch on YouTube that are a little closer to my age, and I'm using, this is a Morphe M173. It's just a little, because I have nails, so I'm just dabbing this in the pot here. She recommended this, and I've had people recommend it over the years. This is $12. I was like, I don't know if I want to spend the money on something that may or may not do anything, but this is like the 5th time over the last 3 years that this has been recommended. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. It does help. So I put this down. This is the first time I've used it with this foundation. I've been using it and then putting my mineral powder foundation on, so I kind of wanted to see how it did with the liquid. So then I put that on, and then this is a Neutrogena. This was the other thing Emily Noel 83 recommended. It's a Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Concealer, and I have the shade Light Medium, and it's got a, yeah, Light Medium, like a little hydrating core. And one of the things she talked about was if your concealer is too light, it's not going to cover dark circles. And so I think that's the problem I've been having with my Shape Tape, because I have mine in the shade Light Sand, I think. Oh, mine's just light. I probably need to go up 2 shades if I want to use it just to conceal. It's a good shade for lightening the under eye, but as far as actually covering up. Like I can still see darkness, and I've talked about that on camera before a little bit, I believe. And it, I think, was because of the shade. So I just used the brush. Normally I use the brush because I'm worried about, because it's a swiping stick, wiping away the corrector, but it didn't seem to do that. And then I kind of tapped it on with the brush after I rubbed it on. I don't know if you could see that because I'm looking in the mirror. And then I'm just kind of making sure. I don't know. I feel like in the mirror I can kind of still see. This side is not as dark. You can see there's a little dark spot right here. This side is a little bit darker than this eye. I feel like I can kind of still see a little bit of darkness peeking through, but this side looks completely concealed to me, and this is probably the closest I've come in years. I don't know if I've talked about this on camera. Years ago, Clinique used to sell a conceal duo. It came in a little bitty compact, and there was two sides. There was a yellow, and they were like a cream you like rubbed your finger in. There was a yellow, and then there was a flesh colored side, and I would dab the yellow on, and I don't know, it's something with the tone, I think, of my under eyes, because a lot of the salmon shades don't completely cancel out. I think because mine are so dark, because mine aren't like blue. Mine are like that borderline, like navy blue that looks black, except when you put it in the sun, you know, that shade of navy blue that's like borderline black. That's like where mine are at. And so I feel like a lot of the salmon shades don't neutralize, because salmon is supposed to neutralize the blue. I don't know if it's because mine are so dark, the tone, but that yellow I would just, you rub your finger in to kind of warm up the product, and then you pat it on under the eye, and then you would go and do the same thing with the flesh tone, and then pat on. They completely concealed. And I'm talking like I was in high school, so we're talking like 2002, 2003. Clinique stopped making it. They did their concealers, and then they came out with the same compact, but it was just the flesh color. They got rid of the yellow side, and they haven't made it since. That was the only concealer I have ever used to this day that completely concealed. And I'm so sad that they stopped making that. I don't know if there was just not enough people that wanted that yellow. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape now that I feel like I got it concealed. And this is just to kind of brighten up, because that is pretty close to my skin tone that I was using. So it's not brightening anything. It's just concealing, which is what I want it to do. I'm seeing this, because if this kind of brings the darkness back out, I may just have to stop doing this. I don't know. I feel like it looks better on camera than it does in person. Like, I feel like on camera, it looks like it's neutralized, and people are probably going to watch this thinking like, you're crazy. It looks concealed. But I swear to you, like in the mirror, when I go like this, I feel like I can see darkness just right there. Just a little bit. And it could just be me. It's like I said, on the camera, from what I can tell, it looks like it's pretty concealed. And then I'm going to use, this is Shine Free Loose Powder in Light by Maybelline. It just comes in this, I have it upside down, but it comes in this little thing. I'm trying to use this up. This is almost gone. I have some other powder that I bought, but like I said, this is almost gone. I'm trying to use it, and I'm not baking. I am just using the sponge and pressing it in to set. I'm a little bit older. I feel like I'm on the verge of like starting to have fine lines. Baking dries out your skin. I mean, it's sucking the moisture out. So girls, be careful baking your under eyes, because you are going to cause premature wrinkles if you're not careful. So I do not bake my under eyes anymore. So I'm just setting, and I really don't bake my face. Once in a while, if I do too much contour, or I'm like experimenting with cream contour, I'll bake just underneath the contour right here, but I don't do that very often. And then I'm just taking the sponge and pressing the powder in. I found that this gives you a less powdery look. Sometimes with the brushes or even using the puffs, you can have that like chalky look afterwards, and just press with the damp sponge. And again, I'm not using so much that I'm baking. This is not baking, this is just setting. Using the damp sponge helps so that it's really like pressing it into the skin and it doesn't make it look quite so powdery. Yeah, it still looks like I have glitter on my face. So I will probably be washing this off after I'm done. This is why I decided to do this now instead of trying to do this tomorrow and then having to go to school and possibly work afterwards with glitter on my face. So there's that. It's pretty much set, and then sometimes I'll go in because I'm trying to use this powder. I don't like this powder for setting. This is the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. It's too thin of a powder to really set anything on my face. But it does have blurring properties, so I will go through and like brush it on where my pores are kind of big, and it does help, but I don't think I'm gonna bother with that today. But yeah, I feel like I said, I don't know if it's showing up on camera. I don't have my glasses on, but I can see glitter. Just looks like there's glitter all over my face. That's not necessarily so cute. And then this is a new primer. I'm going to test this out. I got this at Ulta yesterday. I put some on my one eyelid just so I could see the color, but I didn't put any shadow on. This is a matte eye primer in nude, and I've heard that this stuff is comparable to the Urban Decay Eden. So I wanted to try this. I like that it has just a tiny bit of color, and for my skin tone, it matches pretty good. Like, it's made with this foundation, it looks like a hair light, but with no foundation on, it's my skin tone. And I like that it kind of acts like a neutralizer. It's gonna cancel out any discoloration or veins or pigment and just kind of give me a nice base. So far, like, I like the way it looks. This will be the first time putting eyeshadow on it, so we'll see how that goes. But like my Maybelline Master Prime, this looks like it has color in it, but not very much. This is more pigmented than that. They had some other shades. I think this is the original. Jen Loves Reviews recommended this, and I hope this is the one she recommended. Thought I would get that and try it. I'm going to be trying the Ace Beauté, I think is how you pronounce it, Grandiose palette. I'm going to be using this, and then I'm going to use the little baby like detail brushes we got. Let's see how this goes. My basket, I put all my stuff that I wanted to try in this basket so I could have it all together and I wouldn't forget. I am going to get my other eyeshadow brushes. Let's see. Let's go in with Patchouli. It's this kind of cream shade. I'm going to just take that into the crease. I'm going to use the fluffy one and see how this works. This may be too small. And this is pretty light, so I can probably just take this all over the lid. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to use this as a crease color. It looks like it's going to be too light for that. So I'll just take that all over the lid. Normally I don't set eyeshadow primer. I don't find that I have to unless I'm using an e.l.f. one. I feel like the e.l.f. primers crease, so you do need to go in and set those, or if I'm using a lot of concealer all over the lid, but normally I just use a tiny bit on the top of my lid after I've done eyeshadow, and I don't feel the need to set it. But yeah, this is too light for a crease shade for me, so I'll just brush it all over. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with Clove, this peachy color right here. There's a little bit of powder coming off when I tap my brush, but not a lot. I have small eyes, so for me, this isn't a bad brush to use for a transition color. It's really concentrating it, as you can see. It's not like spreading it out super easily, but you can go in and blend it up with this. It just takes a little bit longer. I feel like that when I go in with like a normal blending brush like this size where it just one movement blends it out and blends it up. Like I said, I have small eyes, so normal size blending brush is gonna, and I take my transition shade pretty high typically. I try to pick a color that's gonna go well and like either warm up a look or be a good base, and then that I can go back and use to help blend out the darker shades after I go in. So I'll take the transition shade up a little bit higher for that reason, because I usually go back in and help blend out the color with it later. And you don't have to use a transition shade. You could go in with the color. I'm just trying to see pigmentation of these eyeshadows, how they blend. They're blending pretty easy. So there's that. Let me get my color switch. I got this at Sally's. They sell them at Sephora. I think it's cheaper at Sally's. I need to figure out how to clean this. I think you can clean it like a makeup sponge, because I just kind of flipped mine over to the clean side, but now both sides are dirty. So I am going to need to clean that at some point. I'm going to go in with that brush that I just had, and this is a Morphe PK36. It's just a soft blending brush. I'm just going in here making sure this is kind of wiped off. And I'm going to go in with cinnamon and go back into the crease. So yeah, I don't see any fallout. See how much faster it is with this. My eye space is so small. But they blend out really well. And those two colors look nice on top of each other. So I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. But yeah, you can see what I'm talking about with a normal size brush on my eye. Like, and I'm done. Little bitty brush. Takes a little bit longer, but that's a good little blending brush. These are, like I said, these are blending. They're pigmented. They're blending. I'm trying to think here what color I want to do. I feel like, I talked about this when I did the unboxing, I feel like we're missing a deep, like outer corner shade. Like this needs like a chocolate brown or a dark crayon, like, because we have this poppy shade, which is kind of a cranberry color, but something like deeper than that. I don't know. A black, a charcoal, chocolate brown. I would take any of those in here. I mean, I see why they put patchouli. That was that first shade that I was testing to see if it would work as a, and I'm going in with cinnamon again. This patchouli shade, I feel like you could have gotten rid of this, because this is a good highlight color for people. You don't necessarily need both. They could have, because I'm trying to think what you would have removed, because there's only 8 shadows. You could have gotten rid of the patchouli shade and then had a darker outer corner color in its place. But I feel like they probably did that because they wanted to give people a matte and a shimmery highlight color, but I feel like more people would probably be willing to take just a shimmery highlight shade if you could add a darker color in it. I feel like I'm going to have to dip into another palette at the very end. Okay, so now I'm going to take Poppy on that same little blending brush. So Poppy is this matte cranberry color, and I'm going to take that out here. just in the outer corner. And let me drag it over just a little bit. And I'm going to go back in with cinnamon after I'm done. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. The mattes work really well. And there's no fallout. We'll see how the shimmers perform here in a second. Then I'm just taking Poppy back in there. Clean this off, and then I'll go in with a different brush here in a second. So I'm going to go back in with my fluffy brush and a little bit of cinnamon. Put on top of that little bit of that poppy color that I dragged in. I'm going to go in. I want a little bit more of that in the outer corner. I feel like it looks a teeny bit patchy, so I'm going to go in with this little angled one, that poppy shade again. See if I can't get rid of some of that patchiness. And I have to get really close because, like I said, I can see my face without my glasses, but I can't see my face. There we go. And then this is stained, but I did wipe it off. I'm just taking that right on that edge just to kind of soften that line from where I put Poppy, just on top. I'm not trying to drag it into the crease. I'm just trying so that it doesn't look like such a stark line, because I don't want to change the color right here, but I don't want that outer corner. And then when I blend, I'm going backwards so that it blends in, but I'm not changing my my crease color a whole lot here. I'm just blending that a little bit. Okay, so let's wipe these off. I tried those two. I don't think there's a flat. That would have been a good one to put in that set, just a little flat brush. Let's give the shimmers a fair shot. So I'm going to take my little flat brush I got off of Amazon. I'm going to go in and dig out my heart shape tape here and put a little bit in that bare spot on my lid. Drip concealer. Never fails. That's why I wear sweats. Good one. So let's see. I'm doing this because most days I do this with every eyeshadow I make, whatever I put on my lid pop. So for me, like, I could just put it on my bare lid just to kind of see, but I'm not gonna wear it like that. So I'm like, I might as well try it and see how it works, how I would normally wear it, if that makes sense. Because very rarely do I just put a color on my lid unless I'm in a hurry without putting a little bit of concealer down. I have to, like, especially when I work, I'm having makeup on for like 14 hours. I really want it to stick. So I go in with concealer, and then I either use, this is a Morphe M170-2, the flat brush, or I'll go in, I have another one. Really? And then they woke the baby up. I will be back momentarily. Okay, so I'm back. all I did was I had the concealer down. I took Myrtle, which is this copper color, and I put it on this lid. And then I took Primrose, gold, and I put it on this lid just so I can kind of see how they perform. And they're fine. And there is fallout with that, and that's even putting it on top of the concealer. So you're going to want to go in, dust that off, and then I'm going to go in. See, I have these two little brushes left. I'm going to take this one. It says it is a Luxie 141 mini round. I'm going to go in with a rose, and I'll just take that on the bottom just to see how that color performs. I definitely think I like the way the gold looks better than that copper, at least on the lid. Doing it like this, normally I probably wouldn't obviously put two different colors, but this way we will get to see how every single shade performs. That's a little bit powdery, I wouldn't mind. The pigmentation is good. That looks pretty down there. Daughter woke up. I'm hoping she's going to go back to sleep. I'm just going to put the highlight color on, and then I think we'll be done. And I'm going to try this other little mini flat angled in Jasmine, and I'm just going to put that under my brow so we can see. And then I'm going to go get her. So yeah, these are fine. I just wish, yeah, there was a darker, because I'm gonna, if I was gonna go out, I'd have to go in and get a dark brown to put just in the outer very most corner. But as you can see, like, they blend, they did good. These brushes did good. There's just a little bit of fallout with the shimmers, but that's not unusual. These little brushes are good. They're, again, detail brushes. They're not going to be for doing the whole eye look. I wanted to give them a try. They're Luxie brushes. They work really good. Luxie makes good brushes. I think this palette's fine. It's good. It's a, a warm palette. I don't so much care for the Cover FX glitter drops. I really don't think I'm going to end up using those because it just looks like glitter. And we can try and go in, I have them right here, and put it as a highlight so you can kind of see. Since I am just going to go wash this off, just going to put a little bitty drop on my hand. I'm just going to take my, I have my damp sponge right here. Take my sponge. See, even that, like, I did it with my finger last night. I think that looked better. Maybe. I'm having a little bit of a time blending that on top of the powder. They obviously blended right out on my skin, but I feel like it does have a little bit of shine, but I feel like it just looks like straight up glitter. And I feel like that's going to dry down and just look like I have glitter on my face. I don't know. I don't think I'm super crazy about these. Probably not going to use them. I was hoping they were going to work really good as like a blend into the foundation kind of a thing, but then you can see on that side, it just looks like glitter. So, I don't know. There are the products, and again, I have glitter all over, that I got in Boxycharm that I'm trying out. What did you guys think? Let me know what you think of the drops, what you think of the eyeshadow. How do you think it looks? Want to know your thoughts. Did anybody get any of these products? Are you using them? Do you like them? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please take a moment and hit that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.